Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. Me llamo Monica Brown. My name is Monica Brown, and I am so excited to be here at the Los Angeles Times Festival of Books, sharing my book, Sharuko, el arqueólogo peruano Julio C. Tello. Peruvian Archaeologist Julio C. Tello. I'm excited to talk to you about this amazing archaeologist today. You may only know of archaeologists that are fictional, like Indiana Jones, but I'm going to tell you about a real Peruvian hero, and I wanted to tell his story because it's important to me. I am the daughter of a Peruvian immigrant. My name is Monica Brown. Me llamo Monica Brown, and this wonderful book is illustrated by none other than Elisa Chavari, who is an amazing Peruvian immigrant to the United States. And we wanted to tell this story of a heroic Peruvian who is considered the founder of archaeology in Peru and the first indigenous archaeologist of the Americas. In fact, Sharuko, and by the way, his nickname Sharuko is a Quechua word. Quechua is an indigenous language that is still spoken by millions of those indigenous peoples living in Peru today. Sharuko means brave in Quechua, and you'll see when I read the first few pages why Sharuko was called Sharuko, because he was brave. He wasn't afraid to go exploring in caves and burial grounds and have adventures. And he made such important discoveries of archaeological sites where there were the remnants, artifacts, art, culture of indigenous Peruvians, ancient indigenous Peruvians, but he also knew about the living history and wanted to preserve it. So if you go to Peru, as I have many times to visit my family, you can visit the Museum of Anthropology and Archaeology that he helped found. So let me tell you the first part of the story about this amazing boy named Sharuko. Once upon a time. And I'm going to show you the first illustrations. And this first page, I'm going to read in English and in Spanish because I love that there are two languages side by side on the page. This is the story of Julio C. Tello, one of the most important archaeologists in the Americas. He was born in Peru on April 11th, 1880, in the rugged highlands just outside the capital city of Lima, in the shadow of the Andes Mountains. Julio and his family were indigenous. Their ancestors had lived in Peru for generations. They spoke Quechua, the language of the great Inca Empire that is still spoken by many native people in Peru. Esa es la historia de Julio C. Tello, uno de los arqueólogos más importantes de todas las Américas. Nació en el Perú el 11 de abril 1880 bajo la sombra de los Andes, en la escarpada zona montañosa a las afueras de su capital, Lima. Julio y su familia eran indígenas. Sus ancestros habían habitado esta región de Perú por varias generaciones. Hablaban quechua, el idioma del gran imperio inca que aún habla mucha de la población indígena del Perú. Show you the picture one more time. Now I'm going to read in English, but you can read in both languages if you get a copy of this book from your local library. And so let's find out more about this brave boy that liked to explore caves. As a boy, Sharuko was brave and curious. This earned him the nickname Sharuko, which means brave in Quechua. Sharuko was always seeking, searching, and exploring the caves and burial grounds he found in the foothills of Paricaca, a snow-covered peak in the Andes. He was fascinated by the bones and the pottery and the other mysteries hidden in the earth. Nothing scared Sharuko, not even the skulls he and his brothers uncovered in ancient tombs. And here's a little bit about Peruvian history and the history of the colonization of the Americas. For centuries, the indigenous people of Peru were treated unfairly and faced discrimination. This started in the 1500s when Spanish soldiers invaded Peru. The Spanish were looking for gold, and when they found it, they kept it for themselves. They claimed the land and its riches. They established control by killing many native Peruvians and rejecting their belief systems. The Spanish destroyed temples and cities, all in the pursuit of wealth and power. Although the Spanish tried to destroy Peru's indigenous language, culture, and customs, they were kept alive and passed from generation to generation by families such as Sharuko's. When he heard the stories of his ancestors from his father, Sharuko felt proud of his heritage. He thought everyone in Peru, not just indigenous people, should know these stories and be proud too. And he was a big part of that. And if you keep reading the story of Sharuko, brave Sharuko, you will find out why. Thank you, everyone.